The war between Russia and Ukraine has been going on since February 2022 with no signs pointing to an end anytime soon. The world knows that Russia is a military powerhouse, but Ukraine has something that Russia does not have: allies. These allies are more than willing to help and cooperate with Ukraine, with most backing being done for Ukraine's military defense. In March 2022, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky publicly stated his country is in need of air support. There have been discussions around the United States Air Force, USAF, on providing Ukraine A-10 Warthog Thunderbolt II units to address Zelensky's need. But why would Ukraine need a 45-year-old aircraft when there are newer options out there? In today's video, we'll take a closer look at the close air support attack aircraft A-10 Thunderbolt II and, despite its age, how it can help Ukraine in the Russo-Ukrainian war. If you enjoy content like these, go ahead and like and subscribe to this video, as I appreciate all of your support. Now, let's get started. History and development. The Fairchild Republic A-10 Thunderbolt II, commonly referred to as the Warthog or simply the Hog, is one of the oldest military aircraft still used to this day. First introduced in 1977, this 45-year-old aircraft has seen tons of action under the USAF. After World War II, which ended in 1945, the need for military equipment slowed down and not a lot of military weapons, vehicles, and aircraft were being designed nor produced. Because of this, older aircraft units such as A-1 Sky Raiders were developed during the Vietnam War. Because these units were old and underpowered at this point, the USAF lost almost 300 units of A-1 Sky Raiders in this war alone. This prompted the USAF to finally design a newer, more capable military aircraft that not only was competent for its time, but would remain powerful for years to come. In June 1961, Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara requested for the design and production of modern aircrafts for future use. This would eventually lead to the design and production of AX units, including the aircraft featured in this video. The A-10 Thunderbolt II was done in February 1976. The following year, in October 1977, the Warthog would see its first fully combat-ready unit through the 354th Tactical Fighter Wing at Myrtle Beach Air Force Base, South Carolina. Since then, distribution to different military bases include local and international hubs such as Louisiana and Alaska for local American states, and England and South Korea for foreign bases. Much of the Warthog's combat uses are under the USAF, seeing action in the Gulf War of 1991, the invasion of Afghanistan in 2001, and the war against the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, ISIS, as part of Operational Tidal Wave 2 in 2014. And now, here we are in 2022, and we are still witnessing the use of the A-10 Warthog in the Russian-Ukraine war. Specifications and features: armor, communication, engines. There is a reason why, despite being old, the Warthog still sees action to this day, and it's because of its amazing specifications and features. The Warthog is classified as a one-crew close air support attack aircraft, meaning they mainly target enemy ground units such as tanks and other armored vehicles in order to aid Allied ground units from above. The A-10 Thunderbolt II runs on two non-afterburning turbofan engines TF34 GE100, supplied by General Electric, each supplying 9,065 pounds of thrust. What's great about these two engines is that they can act independently, meaning that if one of the engines is severely damaged or inoperable, the aircraft can still take flight as long as the other engine is still functioning. The Warthog is a single-seater aircraft with a cockpit protected by all-round armor, sporting a 3.8 centimeter thick titanium structure to protect the pilot from bullets and light artillery, as well as armor-piercing high-explosive projectiles. The design of the cockpit is labeled as a bubble canopy, which allows great all-around vision for the pilot. The Warthog's cockpit also sports a heads-up display which allows precise weapon targeting and aiming. Like most aircraft units, the Warthog is also equipped with a radio communication system in order to communicate real-time with other units or the military base. Specifically for communication, the Warthog boasts a have-quick secure radio communication system, inertial navigation, and a tactical air navigation (TACAN) system. As for its wings, the A-10 Thunderbolt II boasts a wingspan of 57.5 feet. The unit is 53 feet wide and 15 feet tall, weighing at around 29,000 pounds or 13,100 kilograms unarmed. It has a maximum takeoff weight of 51,000 pounds or 22,950 kilograms. It has a fuel capacity of 11,000 pounds or 7,250 kilograms, which, paired with its engine, allows for a maximum speed of 420 miles per hour at a range of 800 miles and a ceiling of 45,000 feet. Specifications and features. Weapons. The A-10 Thunderbolt II carries an assortment of weapons which can include 30 by 173mm GAU-8A Avenger autocannon being its primary built-in weapon. The A-10 Thunderbolt II carries its title as one of the most powerful aircraft cannons to have ever flown thanks to the GAU-8 armor-piercing shells. The GAU-8 is a hydraulically driven 7-barrel Gatling gun perfect for destroying tanks and other armored vehicles. With a buildup of only 1 second, the GAU-8 initially fires 50 rounds per second and then proceeds to shoot 65 to 70 rounds per second thereafter, achieving an impressive firing rate of 3,900 rounds per minute. For the best accuracy, the A-10's ideal firing position is a 30-degree slant at a 4,000 feet distance from the target, assuring at least 80% of the rounds to hit the 40-foot diameter target circle. The GAU-8 fully loaded can weigh up to a whopping 7,200 kilograms. While the GAU-8 may be the primary weapon for the Warthog, there are other armaments the Warthog sports as well. This includes Mk-82 low-drag bombs and Mk-84 high-drag bombs to effectively destroy heavily armored ground targets. The difference between a low-drag bomb and a high-drag bomb is in the name itself. A low-drag bomb offers little to no air resistance, reaching the target faster. While often weaker, low-drag bombs are great in annihilating smaller targets in a small amount of time. High-drag bombs, on the other hand, are stronger and have a greater area of effect. Because of this, high-drag bombs usually have a parachute to delay its impact to the target to allow the pilot and the aircraft to get away and not be involved with repercussions of the bomb. High-drag bombs are effective in annihilating large areas, especially military bases. The Warthog offers both of these choices, allowing the pilot to choose whatever is deemed best by the situation on the fly. Other ammunition carried by the Warthog includes AGM-65 Maverick missiles, infrared countermeasures and illumination flares, as well as AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles. Why the A-10 just won't die? Why are we still talking about a 45-year-old aircraft anyway? Simple. The A-10 just won't die. Even until now, the A-10 has yet to see a proper successor or replacement, as the Warthog still holds up in the battlefield today. There has been an ongoing debate within the USAF and the political circle whether the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II should replace the Warthog, but no definitive conclusion has yet to be made. Part of why this discussion is still going on is because the Warthog has continuously gained upgrades throughout the years. In 1978, the A-10 received its first major upgrade via the Pave Penny Laser Receiver Pod, which sensed any laser targeting radiation. While this has been discontinued, this opened the doors for the A-10 for many more upgrades to come. These upgrades include receiving GPS service in 1999, precision engagement upgrades for fire control, electronic countermeasurements, and upgraded cockpit displays in 2005. This 2005 upgrade is the most updated version of the A-10 Thunderbolt II called the A-10C, the unit being used today. With these upgrades, it's projected that the Warthog will last 20 years more. That's an impressive projected 65-year run for a military aircraft. The A-10 in the Russo-Ukrainian War. With Russia objectively having more powerful ground units, Ukraine has decided to capitalize on their offense and defense in order to lessen the ground units sent by Russia. Surprisingly, Ukraine has had the lead on air combat for a while. With Ukraine recently getting a hold of MQ-9 Reaper units for aerial offense, the A-10 Thunderbolt would seem the perfect candidate for aerial support and defense. there have been reports that 3 A-10 units are ready to be shipped to Ukraine, but more recent news states that these have not yet been confirmed and are still in discussion. A few days after Zelensky's request and the A-10 shipment reports made rounds, Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall stated that, "I'm not aware of any current plan or even any discussion of a current plan to field or provide A-10s to the Ukrainians." Since then, no news regarding the shipment of A-10 units have been heard from either the Ukraine or the USAF. However, the A-10 can provide Ukraine great aerial support to weaken the ground forces Russia has over Ukraine. Since Ukraine is already leading in aerial combat, the A-10 can help shorten the lead Russia has on ground combat by destroying tanks and howitzers. Conclusion: the Russo-Ukrainian war is still ongoing, and Ukraine still needs all the help it can get. Fairchild Republic A-10 Thunderbolt II, or the Warthog, is a capable close air support aircraft that can help Ukraine in going against Russia's troops. But nothing definitive has been said whether Ukraine will truly get their hands on these units. Do you think the A-10 will help Ukraine significantly? Or do you think it's better if other, more recent aircraft support units are sent instead of the Warthog? Let me know your thoughts on these questions in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos like these. Until next time.